today, from Heinz Field in Pittsburgh, it's Week 3 of the NFL on EA Sports.
We back, baby. Game 3.
Pittsburgh Steelers taking on Lamar Jackson and the Baltimore Ravens.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the steel capital of the world, Pittsburgh, PA, at Heinz Field. This was the scene just a few moments ago as the Pittsburgh faithful were fired up by the hometown Steelers taking the field. They're all set as they'll match up with the Baltimore Ravens.
Here we go. Welcome to Pittsburgh, boy.
With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Here we go.
It's the first weekend of autumn, and the NFL is in full swing as off we go on EA Sports. And no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25. Here comes the Ravens on offense, and the man in charge from Louisville, the former MVP, Lamar Jackson.
And you and I both know that any win is a good win, and that's what they did last week. But there's also plenty for him to work on in his game, wasn't there?
Yeah.
2 touchdowns, an interception. Yeah, you know, he wants to increase that a little bit in terms of ratio. But first and foremost, they did win the game.
First carry for the former Buckeye, J.K. Dobbins. And he's going to be met at the line of
Yes,
scrimmage
sir.
and taken down. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now. This defense for the Steelers, very strong last week as they helped their squad improve to 2-0 on the young season.
There's a little bit of lightning talking with the defensive coordinator about their performance last week because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
3rd and 2. Here's Jackson.
Ooh,
And this
stop,
pass
just stop,
broken
just stop.
up. And the contact well timed there, and 4th down. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Taken in at the 22. It's a 41-yard punt, but just another
There we
31
go.
following the run back. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. So now we'll get a look at the other offensive unit as they come out for their first possession. They'll be led out by their highly decorated quarterback, Aaron Rodgers.
And I think if you're handing out hardware through 2 weeks of the season, he might be your MVP. Already 7 touchdown passes in just 2 games. As we do know, though, in real life, they don't hand you out anything this early. A lot of games left to get through between now and the playoffs.
And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
A look at the numbers for Harris in last week's game. 22 carries, 135 yards, and a touchdown.
So, partner, you know, 2 games worth, he's leading the league in rushing, so he's now trending. Is that what they talk about nowadays? You talk about trending? That's what he's doing. He'd like to continue it here in this game.
And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to 3rd down. To throw, it's Rodgers. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he will have a Steelers
That'll
first
work.
down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Nice job keeping that opening drive alive, and they're in plus territory, that part of the field where you really want to convert on third down. They did.
Big time pickup for them, and now I think the aggressive play callers think to themselves, this part of the field, I take my shot at the end zone, because the closer you get to the end zone, the field gets condensed. Makes it a lot tougher to run those routes. You still got a chance to actually run past people right now. Take your shot at the end zone early in the down and distance count.
On 2nd and 7, Rodgers eluding the pressure right. This one caught. It's the tight end Hawkinson. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Into the red zone. It's Rodgers. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Throwing is Rodgers. Over the middle into traffic, and that's complete. And the Steelers are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line. 1st and goal from just inside the 5. Here's Rodgers to throw. He's got it. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down. They forget about the run to set up the pass. They're just coming out throwing.
Forget trying to set anything up. They feel like they have the advantage. They feel like they have the matchups, and they're just...
Come on, Nash. That's money. That's money. Money, money, money.
Najee Harris, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Steelers have taken a first-quarter lead. Well, first quarter, maybe too early to talk about statement drives, Charles, but that sure seemed like a statement drive right there.
Well, if we're going to talk about statement drives, I think what they're saying is,
yes, sir.
Establish the run.
That's what I'm talking about.
On this drive, and he wound up taking it into the end zone.
Extra point put through by Boswell, and that makes the score 7-0. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone.
Yes, sir.
And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. Baltimore set to take over here for their 2nd possession of the game. Early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game, but I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally, because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated, because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice, but at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
And his throw here is incomplete.
Nice, nice.
Coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone.
Oh, got fucking burnt.
The incompletion.
And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield.
Has a pretty good throw on the curl route there. 3rd down, and they pick up a first.
Defense should be aware for that, right?
They should be aware, but it was so hard sometimes.
That's not easy.
Because when they sell that route really well, you think they're going upfield, then they curl back, show their numbers to the quarterback, and complete the play.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Now it's Jackson. And his throw is incomplete.
Okay.
They want to get him involved. That's already the 5th time that they've looked his way in this first quarter.
So that tells me defensively that they want to insist on going in that direction. Make sure you get your best people in the area to try and take that away.
That's complete. It's Rashad Bateman. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and
Baltimore
10
out here.
at the 34.
Playing good, man.
Jackson with a handoff to Dobbins on the option. And brought down, but not before inside the 25. A much different second drive here, Charles. They go 3 and out the first time. This time they've been able to sustain something downfield.
And that's what often happens. You get the game started. You know, you have to get your footing underneath you. You have to get used to the flow of the game, the speed of the game. And sometimes that first drive is more of a probing drive. It appears they...
Jackson hit, and he lost the football.
Come on, bro. What happened? For sure.
So now, I think even our referee is confused. The defense accepted the holding penalty, but they just got the ball on the fumble recovery, so that
no, we didn't.
negated. That's a tough one to comprehend.
No, we didn't get the ball on fumble recovery, idiot.
And if you like defensive football, focus on the
We
defensive
forced
end
one.
on this play. He does everything exactly right. Reads the play and make sure he
If you don't believe me, go back.
Gain.
Now on 2nd and 16, Jackson.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back
nice,
to the 22.
nice.
They'll wind up losing a couple yards here on the play, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. Now the Ravens bring out the field goal unit here. It's a 39-yard attempt, right hash. And his kick is good.
Wouldn't it be nice if we were older and we didn't have to wait so long?
On it with 3 points.
And let's face it, everybody wants a touchdown. We know that. But in the NFL, defenses are awfully good. You're not going to score each and every time. Be able to knock the ball through the post and take the throw.
By the way, I said no tie. I meant
Let's do this.
not the tie, but yeah.
Either way.
You got it.
I just went right past it.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And they're able to get this
Good block by Johnson.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary, and that led to a really nice game.
On 2nd and 9, Rodgers. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go.
Yeah, that wasn't
now
fun.
It's 3rd down. Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. He's got his man, T.J. Hockenson. And he will have a Steelers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds it before the 1st down.
That was too pretty.
The 35 and just shy of the 30. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
What's up? Yeah, come on.
Now Rodgers.
No, what the fuck? Okay, we'll get out.
Here it is complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Throwing middle, and it's complete. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the 1st down completion. To throw again on 2nd down. Rodgers, and it's intercepted at the goal line.
Bam. That was a linebacker.
And the Ravens are going to take possession here.
Well, that wasn't nice.
16-yard line. Charles, not only is that an interception, it's one when you were really knocking on the door for a touchdown inside the red zone.
You're actually thinking points. No matter what, at worst, you're thinking kicking a field goal and getting 3. We might look back on this in the second half and say, you remember when they didn't get points on that drive? This could cost them. Well, I can certainly tell my age, partner, because when I was a kid, running backs like J.K. Dobbins with over 2,000 yards in their final season in college, they went early in the draft. Instead, he somehow lasted until the second round. But how great is it to get a guy with that ability who can run it inside, run to the perimeter, and catch the football in the backfield? Be able to get him in the second round? That's what I call a steal.
He'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Pretty ideal right there. Keep it yourself, get the first down, and get the heck out of bounds.
And knowing him, I believe he's thinking, I can get a few more yards if I just lower my shoulder. But he also hears that second voice in his head. His head coach, or probably his agent too, saying, get out of bounds, man. Don't do that.
On second down, a run with Dobbins. And he's going to be met at about the 43.
Well, every now and then we have to let a cliche fly, partner. And in this case, what do they say in the NFL? Your best ability is often your availability. This is an extremely durable kid coming out of Ohio State. Carried the ball every time they even thought about running it. Wore down defenses.
Got picked that shit.
Big runs late in games. J.K. Dobbins going to Baltimore, an absolute perfect fit.
Now on fourth down, on is the punt team sending this one away.
What a punt.
Will hit and continue on out of bounds.
We're certainly not going to see a better punt than that. Definitely taking a chance, because if that thing clips the pylon, it comes out to the 20, but instead it goes out of bounds at the 1-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at second down. And they will start this drive with just terrible field position, backed up inside their own 5.
But we have seen teams be bold here and take shots, right? Sometimes you go max protection, make it a one-receiver route, and take your shot downfield and see what happens. And occasionally, we've seen success occur.
And defensively going with a dime set, 6 DBs on 3rd and 4. From the gun, it's Rodgers. And he's got his big wide receiver complete. And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So a little breathing room now. 1st and 10 at the 17.
Jalen Hurts went off.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down.
Where's Watkins? Former Eagle.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now. Hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
It was pretty evident in reading everything, hearing these guys talk,
that
this was a deal they wanted to get done. They know how valuable he is to this team.
Absolutely a key component to what they do and what they do well. And if they want to continue to have success in the future, they knew they needed him, and they got the deal done.
Yeah, I know, right?
That is
part of it.
Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down. On 2nd and 10, Rodgers. And this time he's got the hookup. It's complete. Past the 20.
Yeah, I didn't know if he was clear or not. He got fucking knocked off the line. That's pretty rough.
Great effort there.
That's crazy that linebacker come across and pick that last one.
They broaden their lead. And nothing too crazy there. A quick slant, and then he just had a seam. He found a seam.
And when you hit it on the run like that, and I mean the pass right to the receiver who's already in motion and moving, sometimes he just takes it and runs away from everyone else.
And he ran it into the end zone, and the defense, they to adjust.
Would you like lob it?
That's
really?
Because everything was executed well.
Plays 99 yards. Yeah.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
Yeah.
And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25. Now the Baltimore
early season
heading back out onto the field. Their deficit is 11, 14-3, and needing to get something going here as they come up on 1st and 10. And he's up
on
at
offense.
the 33, following a good pickup of 8. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33.
Yeah.
They go play action with Jackson. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end.
I got a kick out of that one, partner.
Nice.
You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
Had to put that ball in there with a little extra zip,
Yeah.
but he put it right where it needed to be.
Yeah, and that little extra pace that he had
There's
on the
something to it.
pass, that required a little extra concentration for him,
His
didn't
pass.
it? Ball can get on you pretty quick in that manner, and
Nope.
he handled it well and picked
Not
up the
everything.
first down.
Can't
20, 10,
do it.
and he takes it all the way down to the 3. A big
Bam.
pick up there on the scramble.
You are?
Lamar Jackson
It's
just
not fun.
so
I play him
electric,
twice a year.
Charles, when he gets into open space, and we saw Exhibit A right there.
Yeah.
You know something? I'm standing
That's
up
pretty
here
much
in the
what you
booth
gotta
next
do.
to you watching the play.
Yep.
He buckled my ankles on that one as well. It doesn't
Pretty much
matter
what
when
you
you're
gotta
actually
do.
on the field trying to chase
Probably
it,
what I'm gonna
or
have
you're
to do
just
the rest of this
watching him
game.
play.
Just like
This guy
this.
is sheer excitement.
I mean, it sucks, but I'll run it out of a couple different formations. But like that's why.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown.
They deserve that one.
Lamar Jackson, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Ravens have cut it
6
to the
touchdowns all
score.
season.
Well, that was all Lamar Jackson all the time on that drive, both through the air and in the end with the touchdown run.
Yeah, how
Lamar-
about him doing things a little bit
Lamar
on the reverse
Jackson.
side there, Brandon, because he softened him up throwing the football and opened up the running lanes. And when he gets a little bit of a sliver, he's gone. And that's exactly what he did there.
The extra point up and good. And the lead is down to 4. Taken in at the 3. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. Now Aaron Rodgers and the offense heading back onto the field. He's got the lead here in the second quarter. He's thrown the touchdown, but also an interception. As a quarterback,
teach
is that
you how to do that
interception,
stuff
even
in the
though you're playing
military?
while your team's got the lead, does that always
Tatas
stick in the
and
back
stuff?
of your mind a little bit?
For the best ones, it just upsets them that they did that because they don't think there should be any blemishes on their record. They think that they're way better than that. So your confidence gets tested a little bit. Being able to go back out there, maybe throw another touchdown,
Yeah.
tamp that down in a big
Yeah.
way.
Yeah, because he's
Pretty
looked
much
pretty
so.
good to this point.
My progressions in it.
And we'll remind you
ties.
that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on.
Fuck me.
Rodgers lost the football, and it's picked up by the Ravens.
Oh,
This is gonna be brought back
the last 2 years, he's pretty much fucking
Give some
dominated me.
kudos to the defensive coordinator, I think, here. They bring the blitz, they dial it up, and it turns into 6 points for them.
It's so nice to hear you actually.
Yeah,
give
like the
kudos to
last 2
defense.
years,
It is
he's
so
pretty
nice
much
to
got like
see
10
offensive like
sacks,
that. I love it. He dialed
tons of
things up,
turnovers
and
against me,
boy,
and he's
boy,
only
these
like
are
rated
these
in the
guys.
mid
You
80s.
like the credit to the defense there, right, my friend?
Yeah, you
Jalen
do I
Hurts,
ever.
man, had 4 touchdowns
Taking
on
it
almost
about the
400 total
one.
yards.
And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
And in just
I
about
doubt
every
it.
game we see, partner, what do we do when we look at the stat sheet? We go right to
I doubt
Turnover
it.
differential.
without a doubt, because when we see that, that pretty much tells the tale of the game. And I know there's still plenty of time to go, but you've got to take care of the football in order to win it. Good, strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Now here's a throw that's complete. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. Now the Steelers use the
That
first of their
quarterback's
3
try-
timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. They fake the give. Now Rodgers.
Dude.
Leaving pressure too much. Down he goes. Patrick Queen picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack.
No.
Work to be done.
That's what I did last time.
Rodgers
So,
now to throw. Flush to his right. And this one
Out.
taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down.
He certainly had a good game throwing the ball so far, but I think he was trying to take that from good to great with that throw, trying to get one downfield.
Catch is made by Hawkinson, the tight end. It'll be a pickup of 16, but they'll remain short of the marker, and it's 4th down.
There's another example what defensive coaches constantly preach, not allowing any run after the catch. They gave up a few more yards than they wanted to, but they were able to get him down quickly and force a 4th down.
And he's going to have a 1st down, and they get into field goal range here at
Oh,
the
yeah,
29.
because you can actually get him a
Timeout
ball.
signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime.
Lines. What? Say like this. What is this? We're in a clock management position, not a goddamn.
Rodgers now on 1st down. Looking for the end zone. And that is caught, but the back judge right there to say incomplete.
Jared Goff went to the fucking Eagles. Sucks.
Boswell's kick is good. And that will knock things up here late in the 1st half.
Yeah, that's
So a big play before we
Outside.
have to get him into this.
Can't return that shit.
How about the 1-2 to the solar plexus on that one? The big play, the field goal, not much time left on
Really?
the clock. That's the way to go into the half.
17-17 the score.
Yeah.
All even to this point as the kick's away.
Yeah.
So thanks to the late field goal, we are all tied up heading to intermission. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks. And welcome in everybody to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Time for a look around the NFL here in Week 3 of the new year. We'll begin up at US Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. And it's the 49ers who are out in front with that game closing in on halftime. Trey Lance has thrown a touchdown pass. From there, we head over to MetLife Stadium to check in on the Jets. And you can see there, it's the visiting LA Rams who have the lead in that one. Cooper Kupp, a touchdown reception. Finally, let's get to Philadelphia. Check on the Eagles at home at Lincoln Financial Field. And for the moment, they find themselves trailing the visiting Carolina Panthers. Sam Darnold has a couple of touchdown passes. Meanwhile, in our game, no shortage of offense as each team has been able to move the ball effectively. Will the defenses show up in the second half? To find out, we give it back to our commentators, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
In real life?
Okay, Coach. Yeah, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. And he returns this to the 22. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. It's a tie football game here. What do you think, Charles, the message was at halftime?
Well, I think that they probably just looked at things and said, we're fortunate that this is a tied game. No need to panic, no need to change a whole lot. We didn't play anything close to our best in the first half, so we don't have to go out and win one for the Gipper. Let's just go out and play our best football and win one for us.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football. Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or
better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
And he whips that one incomplete there. So, Charles, tie game here. What are your keys as we continue to play this second half?
I know people think it's always trite when you say the same things over and over, but they're tried and true in the game of football. Who's going to block better? Who's going to tackle better? In this case, to me, it's turnovers. You've got to take care of the football in order to win the game.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. So a stop here defensively to start this third quarter. Just what's needed in a tie ball game.
Yeah, good chance to build back some momentum on the defensive side of the ball. In fact, what they've done is give their offense a nice push in the back as they get ready to take the field.
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Just a 25-yard punt. Not what he was hoping for by any stretch. And the Ravens, they'll take over. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 26. Dobbins going to take the handoff on the option. And he powers his way up past the 30. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Option play, and they'll hand to Dobbins. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
On 2nd down, here's the option. And they can't bring him down. And he's got this down to the 35. Well, he is certainly dangerous when he spots a lane, and he keeps it himself there. Worked out well.
And how about the moving parts on a play like this? You know you have to practice it over and over because it's almost like a ballet that has to be choreographed. But how about once he made the decision to go, he committed to it and went. Let's face it, most teams are going to defend the running back much more than the quarterback on that type of a play.
Jackson on 1st down. And he'll go right back to Andrews. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. Jackson. Right side, it's Hamler pulling it in. And the Ravens are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line. Dobbins. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal. Dobbins once more. And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2. The Steeler defense proving its mettle here. And now this is 3rd and goal. Jackson now. And that'll be taken in by Andrews for a Ravens touchdown. Mark Andrews, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Ravens have broken the tie. Extra point right down the middle. And they will take a 7-point lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Pittsburgh's offense now heading back out onto the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
Hey, you're screwed that shot.
He's obviously a bit of a shorter running back. Sometimes when he goes up the middle like that, he gets lost in there, and then he pops out for 10, 20 yards.
I actually asked NFL linebackers if that was true. Do you actually lose sight of some of the smaller running backs? And all of them confirmed that that can be a problem. Think of it this way. Two of the top running backs in NFL history, Emmitt Smith, Barry Sanders, both 5'10".
He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to third down.
And partner, to me, that one was all about timing. If he's there too early, it's going to be a pass interference call. If he's too late, it's a completed pass. He was Johnny on the spot on that one.
Dancing to his left. And I think the ball's out, and it's picked up by the Ravens. Always costly to cough up that football. These defenders, they become so adept, though, at jarring it free.
Yeah, it's amazing that there aren't more fumbles caused, because now, if you're an offensive player, you go through ball security drills every single day. It's really not out of line to think you should take the ball to bed with you and just hold on to it. But the bottom line is, no matter how much you try to protect it, these guys are pretty good at finding ways to knock it out.
From the 44, Jackson has got his man. It's Andrews.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
Meanwhile, Jackson's throw there complete to Hamler. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Play action. It's Jackson. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. Jackson will throw again. He'll get this one to the Golden Domer, St. Brown. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 22-yard line. Jackson going to run. He'll have a first down inside the 10. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Lamar Jackson, his 3rd touchdown of the game, his 8th on the year. And the Ravens will add on to their lead. So the lanes continue to be there for Lamar Jackson to run that football. That his 2nd touchdown run of the game.
You know what I would like? I'd like for us to be able to go into a defense's room after playing Lamar Jackson and watch the tape and see how much of a lane was really there and how much he created just through his talent. In any event, Lamar Jackson finds the end zone, doesn't he?
He always seems to, but that's a good point. We sometimes put blame on the defense. Maybe we just need to praise Lamar Jackson a little bit more. The Steelers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
Like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
And this is going to be a Steelers first down as he'll take this up to the 38-yard line.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris. And he gets it down to the 48, enough for the first. 3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Working from the gun, Rodgers. Throwing right, and that's complete. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. From the 39, Rodgers. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete.
Good yardage on the completion there. And when they look at the scoreboard, they do understand a field goal is not going to do them any good. My guess, they're going to press the ball downfield as far as possible, try and throw it into the end zone and get a score because they know they've got to get that done and get the ball back as quickly as possible.
Yeah, this one almost intercepted. Had a chance to come down with it in the end zone, but could not hang on. Now a throw here, hauled in. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion, but I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. The previous run good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. A toss play. Here's Pirine. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. LaMichael Pirine. His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Steelers have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. Boswell good with the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. The Ravens offense now, they get set and head back onto the field. They've been rolling the last couple of drives, each inning in touchdowns. So this game is flipped. They were down. Now they're up with the football. We'll see how they handle it.
Can we get a spy on the headset now between the head coach and offensive coordinator? Because they've been in attack mode. Had to get back into the game. Now they have the lead. Do you stay on the attack or do you dial it?
Oh, a contested ball here, and it's going to be caught. And all the way down to the 29. It's a big play there for Baltimore. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. He's able to find Wallace. No gain there on the completion, 2nd and 10.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Throwing again on 2nd down. Jackson, and here is a leaping catch. He pulled it in. And they're going to have themselves another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 12-yard line.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. Throwing is Jackson. And he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line. Devin Bush. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him.
Enough takes to start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. That's complete. Left side to Bateman. 14 yards is the pickup there, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me. I'm going to keep firing.
They're not going to get it. They try to move the chains with a surprise, but it's a turnover on downs. They pass up the three, fake it. It doesn't work. And this Steeler defense able to come up with a stop. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And that last drive was very, very balanced, pretty methodical. You think they go that route again?
I'm always of the school that until they stop me from doing something, I'm going to continue. And I think that that's exactly what they'll look to do. But the beauty is the balance that they've created sets up opportunities for big plays. Looks like a run, turn it into a play action, and throw one deep.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And he gets it to the 30 when it's all said and done.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by touchdown here in the fourth. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
Meanwhile, the throw here is complete. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran it a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. And the Steelers on third down. They've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. This is 3rd and 7. Flushed out right. And this incomplete. Oh, my. He might have been celebrating in the end zone if he'd held on. Nearly picked, but instead, it'll bring up 4th down.
Well, he certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. The Steelers try it, but they come up empty on 4th down. And the Ravens get the football back and in great shape. Well, they've got the slim deficit, decided to go for it, hoping to keep the football score and erase that deficit. But, boy, deep in their own territory like that.
Let's just say that with that call, me and the head coach will agree to disagree. All right, but he knew he wanted to be aggressive there, as you pointed out. So I guarantee he told his defensive coordinator, have your guys up and ready. I'm going to go for it here. If we don't get it, just make sure they're ready to go out there and bail us out.
Here's Jackson to throw. Man open, it's St. Brown. He's got it. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Jackson on the give to Dobbins. He's going to get 4 out of this as he's down to the 10-yard line. Able to stay in bounds, so the clock keeps rolling. And this defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in. And all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is, first guy there, hold him up. Second, third guy in, rake at the football. Get it out. We've got to create a turnover because one more score, and this game's over.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They're facing a critical 3rd down now as they try to hold on to this lead. Eluding the pressure right. And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a halt. The decision to tuck and run gets him 3, but that's not enough. Now it's 4th. Kick here is good. And that will push the lead up to double digits now at 10. So that one, CD, going to make the road back a lot more difficult.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. You know they were praying on the other sideline for a miss because now, as you pointed out, a very difficult road. Down 2 scores. You don't just need a touchdown. You need a chain of events to go your way. You've got to score, somehow get the ball back, and score again. The odds of that happening, not great in your favor.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a...
And now a fumble. The ball's out.
Wow, that ball gets...
And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
Now Rodgers. So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. Back to throw, Rodgers. He's going to let it fly. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Similar to a shooter in basketball who just connected on the previous shot. They run another set for him on the next play. Now, we had a guy who made the catch. They tried to get the big one downfield, but came up empty.
And he is into the end zone for the touchdown. So they still need a miracle with the clock where it's at, but they get one piece to the puzzle done.
Still have hope.
Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a one-score game now.
Yay.
Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, to get that hands team right.
No doubt about it.
Yeah, that will work.
As well. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter.
A little too far, I think.
And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
Yeah, like we used to, like you used to could.
Analytics into the game, and someone has said here
well.
that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball.
Yeah, that's what shit I used to do.
I just wonder if that number is
Shit I used to do when I was like 6. I can't stand to lose. Hell, I'd lose on rookie back then.
I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Now the Steelers going to use their third and final timeout as they stop it with 14 seconds to go in the game. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now third and long. And they'll indeed take a knee.
Lamar, dude. Lamar's gonna Lamar. Yeah.
So the final seconds tick away in this Baltimore victory. And I tell you, these division games never for the faint of heart, but they come through with a tight victory here on the road.
And you find yourself working harder in a game like this too, don't you?
Yeah,
because you got to stay with it, right? You got to stay with it. You got to stay locked in. It's our type of a game. And you just mentioned it. Division game on the road, tight, and they find a way to win it. Way to hunker down, as my old coach used to say, and find your way through.
So for the Ravens, it's back-to-back victories now after the Week 1 defeat as they move to 2-1. And they'll have another road date next week with the Kansas City Chiefs. Meanwhile, for Pittsburgh, they too will exit with a 2-1 record. And they'll try to make amends next week as they host the Cleveland Browns. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.